Hey guys, Panzer J back here in Operation 38 Special. It's turned 5.5 for the Commonwealth and 5.6 for France. That's July of 38. So let's get into the UK. The big news, Germany went ahead and declared war on Poland and Belgium. And then with the two D12s that gave Britain, they reached wartime income. So we're going to go ahead and declare war. Just the Commonwealth is going to go ahead and declare war on Germany. So couldn't pass up the opportunity to get those units in Poland that now turned British. Same thing with the Belgian Congo and all the free money. So the UK was at 25 because they hit wartime production. I moved them up 3 to 28 for the Warsaw, East Poland, and Belgian Congo. So then, because the UK is at war, FEC automatically goes to war, so they jump to 14, and Anzac jumps to 7. So the Commonwealth is now at war with Germany. Okay, and also we get to use those forces in Poland and Belgian Congo become British. Okay, so also because this is the first turn war with a major Axis power, a couple of things. We get 2 free colonials and 2 free militia to place in home country. Well, the militia, not the colonials. And then we were also able to move 2 out of 3 technologies up 1 stage. So the 3 choices were anti-submarine warfare, which is already at stage 2, so we can't go any higher, and then long-range aircraft and heavy strat bombers. So each of them are now at stage 1, and those are the 2 tech roles we're going to go for. Long range at an 8, again stage 1, and strat bombers at a 9, stage 1. Okay, so let's go ahead first with long-range aircraft. Oop, right off. 10 we succeed, and strat bombers. 2 we miss, so 1 out of 2. So I think we're hovering right around 50%. So long range goes to stage 2. Okay, so for purchases, the United Kingdom had $16 to spend. So we've got our 2 free colonials and our 2 free militia, so they don't count. Then we're doing 2 militia upgrades, so that's 8. 2 infantry for 6, that's 14. And a militia for 2, that's our full 16. FEC is going to spend 5 to finish the fort in Calcutta, save 3. Anzac, 5 to spend. They're spending 4 of it by lend-leasing the KMT, an anti-aircraft gun, and then saving $1. Okay, we do have 2 combats, so thought about doing 1. Talked it over with my partner, Boston Bruce, but these are basically free units, so we're going to instead of just doing 1 kind of sure attack, we're just going to do a couple of not necessarily risky, but riskier. Okay, so this infantry in East Poland comes over 1 to Slovakia. The fighter in Warsaw comes down 1-2. So they're going to attack that mountain in Slovakia. And then going into Donetsk is going to be the 2 infantry and the cavalry from Warsaw. So shouldn't be any terrain issues going into Donetsk, but into Czechoslovakia, it's obviously mountainous, so the infantry is only going to be a 1. I also thought about trying to save that fighter and flying him out somewhere, but the furthest I could reach is A6. I'd have to put a portion of my fleet at risk and have to risk getting convoyed in a couple of places. So I said, thought better of it and just said, well, let's just use a fighter to attack. Okay, so those are our 2 attacks. So let's do Czechoslovakia first. So we've got a fighter at a 6 and an infantry at a 1. So this is our fighter. 10 misses. Our infantry at a 1. 10 misses. Their mountain at a 5. 7 misses. Fighter at a 6. Oh, right off again. Fighter at a 6. Infantry at a 1. The mountain at a 5. Okay, fighter at a 6. Oh my God. Infantry at a 1. Their mountain at a 5. Wow. Fighter at a 6. There we go. They're mounting at a 5. A 2 does hit. So, well, we're just going to take the fighter. It's not long for this world anyway, so we get a buck out of Czechoslovakia. So we'll take it with an infantry. Or Slovakia, not Czechoslovakia. Okay, this battle. Okay, so Hambone has a first strike with an artillery to 3, and he's got an infantry to 4. This battle is basically 50-50. We had a cavalry to 3 and 2 infantry at 2s. So his first strike artillery to 3 and 8 misses. Okay, so then we've got a cavalry to 3, 6 misses, and 2 infantry at 2s. Both miss. Okay, their infantry at a 4, 10 misses. Okay, we've got a cavalry to 3, a 1 does hit, and then 2 infantry at 2s, 2 and a 12. So there's both hits. Okay, their infantry at a 4, 5 misses. Their artillery at a 3, 4 just misses. Okay, so we take Donislavsky back. Not worth anything, but we killed off an infantry and an artillery. So we got a cavalry and 2 infantry in Donislavsky. Okay, so that is the end of combat. We went up $1 for Slovakia. So let's go ahead, take Germany down to 27. And the UK goes to 29. That's probably the only time I've ever seen the UK with more on the income tracker than the Germans. Okay, how about non-combat? Nothing in Poland. How about over here? We're going to take one of these destroyers in A19 and come over 1-2. Go in port with the rest of that fleet. We're going to take our air transport with our paratrooper in London and come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and land in Gibraltar. Let's see. I think that's it in England. These ships are staying put. Those ships down there staying put. Yeah, I think those are good. Over here, I don't think there's much. We're going to take this Anzac, not destroyer, Anzac naval transport out of Port Naden, come up 1-2, join the fleet there off of Cairo. We're going to take this FEC naval transport with the Colonial and the artillery, load them back up, and then a major port, 1, 2. I guess they don't need to be a major port. They're just going to drop. They'll go there, go in port in Cairo, drop off the Colonial and the artillery there in Lower Egypt. These 3 Gurkhas in Benares are going to move into Calcutta. I think that's it. Nothing else to move. Nothing in Australia. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay, so how about unit placement? So let's do FEC. They're the easiest. They got a fort they completed. So we now have a fort in Calcutta. The Anzac Lend-Lease AA gun, so it can come from Sydney over to South Australia to major port. And go 1, 2, 3, 4 into Maharashtra, rail to Bengal, take the Lido Road to Burma, and then the Burma Road up into Yunnan. So I'll put that AA gun on the card for the KMT. Okay. The British here, we've got 2 Colonials. So one is going to go here in Transjordan, and the other is going to go in Cairo. Then we've got 2 militia upgrades. One here in Cairo, so just add an infantry. And one in Gibraltar, so add an infantry. We've got 2 militia for home country. So we're going to put one here in northern England and one in Scotland. We've got 2 infantry and a militia left. The 2 infantry go in London. And the militia, we'll put him, we'll do Transjordan for the militia too. So that should be it for the UK. Okay, so how about income? So the United Kingdom is sitting at 29. They do have 5 worth of bonuses. I can't remember what they're called offhand, but I looked them up prior. The only one I'm not getting is the... we have a German sub on this convoy line. So, I mean, even though they didn't convoy me this turn, I don't think I can claim it. If I can, then I get a couple extra bucks. But if not, 5 in bonuses plus 29, that's 34 for the United Kingdom next turn. The FEC, they're sitting at 14. They saved 3, so that's 17. And they have a $2 bonus, that's 19. And then Anzac saved a buck. They're sitting at 7, and that's 8 because we got that German battle cruiser within 2 zones of Australian territory. So it should be 8 for Australia, 19 for the FEC, and 34 for the UK. Okay, on to France. $14 to spend. They're spending all of it. Finish the fort in Paris for 5. 3 militia for 6. And infantry for 3. That's 14. Okay, they have no combat. Like I said, they're staying out of the conflict. They have no beef with Germany. So those 4 subs stay. Those ships stay. Those ships stay. We're just going to do some movement here in France. Okay, so these 2 infantry in southern France are going to move over to Aquitaine. We're going to do the amoeba. A militia in Alsace-Lorraine moves into Paris. One of the 2 in Paris moves to Alsace-Lorraine, Aquitaine. One of the infantry in Paris is going to back off to Aquitaine. How many will that leave me? 5, 6 infantry. That's not too bad. I think that's good. Okay, unit placement. So we've got an infantry, 3 militia, and a completed fort. So the completed fort goes in Paris, obviously. One of the militia goes in Aquitaine. The other 2 militia and the infantry go in Paris. Okay, I'll clean that up. And that's it. The French, unfortunately, collect 18. If there was some kind of way that we could extend some French credit to the UK right now, that'd be nice, but I don't think that's going to happen. So it looks like 18 bucks will fall to the German coffers next turn. Unit recap for everybody. In Poland, the British have 2 militia in Lubelski, 2 militia in Warsaw, a militia in East Poland, 2 infantry and a cavalry in Donoslawski, an infantry in Slovakia. In England, Scotland has a militia. Northern England has 2 militia. Southern England has a militia, a fighter, a seaplane. And in port, providing ghost militia, is a battleship, a battle cruiser, 2 heavy cruisers, an empty light carrier. Also in port is a naval transport and a destroyer. London is 3 infantry and a militia. The fleet in A-19 is a light carrier with a fighter, 2 destroyers, a torpedo boat destroyer, and a coastal defense ship. Let's just finish off the UK. The fleet in A-44 is a fleet sub, a torpedo boat destroyer, 3 destroyers, a light cruiser, a naval transport, and a light carrier with a tactical. Gibraltar in port providing 2 ghost militia or 2 heavy cruisers. Gibraltar is a fort, a coastal artillery gun, an air transport, a paratrooper, 2 infantry, a mountain infantry, and a militia. There's still the medium bomber there on the Gold Coast. Militia in Belgian Congo. Cairo is now 6 infantry, an artillery, and a militia. There's a naval transport and port on the south side of Cairo. Transjordan is an infantry and a militia. M8, the fleet, is 2 battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 3 destroyers, a fleet sub, 2 naval transports, a light carrier with a fighter. Southern India is a militia. Calcutta is 5 FEC infantry, 3 Gurkhas, 2 FEC militia, an FEC anti-aircraft gun, a British anti-aircraft gun, a British infantry, an Anzac artillery, and a completed fort. Nothing else changed here. Nothing else changed in Australia. Okay, the French, everything stayed the same except for France itself, so let's go over there. Off of Normandy in A21, we've got 2 fighters and a medium bomber on map. In M1, we got 2 naval transports. Aquitaine is a French Foreign Legion, a mountain infantry, 5 infantry, 2 motorized infantry, an artillery, and 3 militia. Paris is a completed fort, an anti-aircraft gun, 4 militia, and I think 6 infantry. 1, 2, yep, 6. So 6 infantry, 4 militia, and an anti-aircraft gun with a fort in Paris. So that should be it for the Commonwealth and the French. Turn it over to Hambone for Italy.